It was supposed to be the best week of our lives. 35 years together. 35 years of anniversaries, birthdays, arguments, reconciliations, and ordinary moments that somehow felt extraordinary simply because we shared them. I had planned it meticulously. A week-long trip to the mountains, a cabin with a fireplace, snow-dusted peaks, and a bottle of wine we had saved for a decade. Marjorie, my wife, seemed thrilled, or so I thought. The first 2 days were everything I had hoped for. Morning hikes, evenings by the fire, laughing over burnt marshmallows, sharing memories that made our daughter roll her eyes when we called her. We spoke of the past, the kids, the work, and even dreams we'd abandoned. Then came the third evening. I left Marjorie in the cabin to take a short walk along the frozen lake. When I returned, the quiet had shifted. The cabin smelled faintly of perfume, strange, floral, and not hers. I assumed it was one of the cleaning sprays or perhaps a candle. I dropped my jacket, and then my phone buzzed. A message from someone I didn't know. "Thanks for letting me take her out tonight. She's amazing." At first, I froze. My heart skipped a beat. Then it sank. I read it again. Someone had taken her out? Tonight? The night we were supposed to celebrate 35 years? I confronted her gently, trying not to let my voice tremble. "Marjorie, who's Alex?" She looked at me with that practiced calm she sometimes reserved for arguments at the dinner table, the kind that always ended with me apologizing, even when I hadn't done anything. "What are you talking about?" she said. "The message, about going out tonight, with someone named Alex?" Her eyes widened. Not with fear, not with guilt. Almost amusement. "Oh, that's nothing. Just a friend." "A friend who takes you out on our anniversary?" I asked quietly. Her smile was small, but it was there. The smile I hadn't seen in years. The one that once made my stomach flip. The one I now recognized as a signal I had ignored for too long. "It's complicated," she said. "Complicated?" I whispered. "Marjorie, we've spent 35 years together. I thought tonight was about us." She sighed, turned away, and then, unthinkably, she kissed me. Not the slow, lingering kiss of old love, but a quick, nervous one, like someone trying to erase guilt in a moment. "I just needed to feel alive," she confessed. "Alive?" I echoed. "Yes," she said softly. "I don't know why. I didn't mean to hurt you. I love you, but I wanted something else. Something different. I didn't think you'd notice." I wanted to scream, to cry, to throw the bottle of wine at the wall, but I couldn't. Something held me back. Perhaps it was exhaustion, perhaps love, or perhaps the recognition that we were both older, both human, and both flawed. Then she added something that made me stop. "But it wasn't real," she said. "Being with Alex, it's meaningless. None of it matters. What matters is you. Us." I stared at her, the firelight flickering across her face, trying to read if this was remorse or manipulation. I didn't know. She continued. "I realized tonight, after I left, that nothing could compare to what we've built. 35 years. It's irreplaceable." I sat down slowly. My anger and hurt collided with relief, disbelief, and an overwhelming exhaustion. "Why?" I finally asked. "Why go on a date at all?" "Because I forgot what it felt like to be seen," she whispered, "and I wanted to remember. But seeing you waiting, imagining your disappointment, I couldn't go through with it. Not really." I took a deep breath. I hated that she had hurt me, but I also hated that I still loved her. That night, she didn't sleep in the guest room, and I didn't push her away. Instead, we sat by the fire, talking for hours about our marriage, our mistakes, and the life we'd lived together. The next morning, we went on the last hike I had planned for us. Snowflakes fell softly around us, and for the first time in weeks, maybe months, we held hands without words. That weekend didn't erase what had happened, but it reminded me that marriage isn't about perfection. It's about endurance, about surviving the betrayals, the mistakes, the lapses in judgment, and still choosing each other. Marjorie never went on another date. Alex faded from our lives entirely, and while trust wasn't restored overnight, a fragile, deeper connection took root that winter. Sometimes I think about that message again. I feel the surge of pain and betrayal, but I also remember the way she looked at me afterward, genuinely afraid of losing the one person she had spent 3.5 decades building a life with. Love, I realized, isn't just about years. It's about showing up, even after the heartbreak, even after the cheat, and sometimes it's about surviving the worst moments together and finding that somehow they can make the best memories too. That anniversary, 35 years in, wasn't perfect, but it was honest, and somehow that mattered more than anything.